What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here. That's delarose.com. Go to delarroz.com. Sign up for my newsletter, get some free comics and books, and never miss a video. We are doing a comparison today because I just received a couple books from the Castalia House Library, which is a new leather-bound subscription edition for books, classics, some modern classics, a mixed bag of really cool things, which I'm excited to just read these every month, I guess every other month as they come out. The price point for these leather-bound books is about $100 a book through the subscription. I believe they sell them for $150 afterwards. And so how does this compare to Easton Press is what I wonder, because Easton Press does something very similar, and their books actually cost about $150 also. So they're around the same price point for the most part when you're talking books of this size or whatever, not counting, full collection random things like Lord of the Rings collection or whatnot. But a single book, can vary anywhere from that $100 to $200 price range. So it's very comparable in terms of what you're getting. Now, I collect, omnibus editions of comics and leather-bound books when I can, and I basically just get my favorite books, and I usually just get them on eBay afterwards. I don't subscribe to anything Easton. Here's a recent one though. It's Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card, and I just received this new, actually from Easton about 2 years ago, maybe 1 year ago. So it is a completely newish print, and it's got a really cool design on it and all that. You see it's got the gold paper. It's got a sewn binding in the back here with a nice curved spine to allow for opening and reading. And you see what happens. I haven't opened this book yet, so you see the eye kind of is in there with the sewn binding, so you can kind of lay it open. It's got a little string in it for your reading needs, so you don't need a bookmark, which I like. I like the little gold edges of the pages. It's got some nice thick paper that is really, just high quality and very nice edition of Ender's Game right here. So I'm just trying to highlight the paper quality. The books are going to be different things, and I'll maybe review each one individually as I read them. The end pages are this really cool. I don't know what this is, but it feels nice when you open these, and it's got a nice texture to it. So that's the Easton Press. This is an older Easton Press one, Dragonflight. I believe this was part of a science fiction subscription sometime in the 90s. And it's got mostly the same paper, as you can tell. And it holds up pretty well. I mean, there's a 20-year-old piece of paper now. This one has been read. So it's got a little looser spine to it than it would otherwise. It's got the same little eye when you open it up there, and curved spine on the edge to allow for you to open the book pretty easily. And the edge of this one does not have that cool textury paper like the Orson Scott Card one does, but it does also have a little ribbon here for bookmarking. All right, so that's the quality of the Easton Press. Very impressed with these. These hold up extremely nicely. They look great on the bookshelf, and it's very enjoyable stuff. So I was happy to find out Castalia House was doing this, and they are, I believe, they've got 4 books printed right now. I've gotten the first 2. The third, I believe, is Awake in the Nightland, and the fourth is Dante's Inferno. But for now, it's The Missionary by Owen Stanley. This is a Castalia House fiction book, which they printed, and I actually had not read before. So I'm excited to get to this at some point. And you see, we've got a beautiful map on the inside. Oh my gosh, this is cool. This is cooler than the Orson Scott Card inside right here. The paper is very comparable, about the same. It feels very much similar. It's got a ribbon, just like the one on there, and it's got the little eye, just like this sewn binding also. So we have the same binding, the same paper. The hardcover quality feels very much the same. It's got a cool interior opening, just like the Orson Scott Card one does. And this is what we got. Now, obviously, this book is a shorter book than Ender's Game is, but but very, very comparable in quality. Now, if you look at the Meditations, Marcus Aurelius is about the same length. It is a little bit smaller on the print. I'd say not a ton. I think the Missionaries is exactly the same as the. This one's actually a little taller. So yeah, they do vary, and actually Easton varies their book heights also slightly. And what that does is it creates a nice look on the shelf, because not everything's, it's kind of staggered a little bit, and pretty cool. So I would say that the quality of these is the same or better than Easton Press, and Easton Press is really the gold standard for leather-bound books. This is the company that's like known for it, and so this is just the first 2 offerings from Castalia House in terms of their books. Looks very classy on the spine. This is a really nice touch right here. You got the Castalia Library down at the bottom, and instead of signed edition like Easton Press says, or what's this one say? Dragonfly says nothing. So this is a Castalia Library edition on the branding. I would say that just in terms of like the title fonts and all that, I do like that Easton does a little bigger title fonts in general. It's just a little easier to see what it is. That's just a nitpick though, but that's a lot bigger obviously, and that's the Dragonfly logo. But beyond that, like, there's no difference. I mean, I could stick these on the shelf together just like this, and they would look great on my shelf. I believe they're really crushing it at the Castalia House over here. Cool. So that's my comparison just of the quality. Like I said, it's exactly the same. So these are cool. Now, I know that Castalia offers like a secondary goatskin edition, which, seems to have a little more complicated of features on the cover and things like that, and looks a lot cooler. Also, I did not subscribe to that. This is good enough for me, but they do offer like a more premium option also, which I'd be interested to see what those books look like. If anybody's got some, send some pictures to me. And that's it. So as a book collector, 100% approved. They did a great job with these. I'm going to continue subscribing to this edition. I'm excited to get the books as they come out, and I will as I read through these. As you see, I'm partially through the Meditations right now. I'm not that far into it, but I'll review them as I read them. Obviously, it's going to be a lot slower than comics, but we will get into this as I am able to. And if I can get through one book of like this a month or 2, that's perfect for me. Cool. If you have any questions, leave that down below. Let me know if you're a book collector like I am. I love leather books, guys. I'm a big fan of this kind of thing. I'd love to get my own books into leather print at some point also. And make sure to check out my books. I've got my new space opera, The Stars Asunder, out. I'll leave that link down below also. And so if you're into sci-fi, you'll love that. And that's it. I'll see you guys soon.